Hello there, welcome back to the Perfume Experience, and we're going to talk about our most hyped fragrance of this particular year. We're talking about the Lattafa Zanzibar. This is the Asad Zanzibar. And if you have had this and you know that this is a great fragrance, or people love this fragrance, one of the top sellers of Lattafa. So obviously there's going to be a lot of expectations from this one. So today we're going to find out in this particular video if those expectations were kept up, or what is the status of this particular fragrance. Do you like it? Do you consider wearing it? Should you buy it, right? Or is this a good follow-up to this particular fragrance? All about this on this particular video. You're watching the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. Let's get going right after this intro. All right, so welcome back, and Lattafa Asad, superb. This is a alt of the popular Suaj elixir, and everybody kind of likes this. So we'll keep this aside. We'll talk about it a little later, maybe if required, right? So what are we talking about? We are talking about the Asad Zanzibar. A lot of hype, a lot of reviews, a lot of top celebrity reviews, and all of that to make this particular fragrance. And let's find out how it is. First of all, the bottle is pretty much alike that of the Asad. In fact, absolutely no doubts at all. You will see this is in black, this is in blue, this is called silver accents, this is called gold accents as such. The box is also very similar to the one that came with the original Asad. It's like this. That was a black colored box. It has the Asad writing. It's got the hologram at the back. It says Zanzibar on the top, and some monogram motifs and some batch information, all of that. So let's keep that aside as well. So because we don't need that, what we need is only this, right? Let's do a spray or a couple of sprays, okay? And let's see how the atomizer is. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it kind of sprays nicely, but in my opinion, it could be better. The sprayer could be better because I feel the sprayer is a little softer. It punches a little weakly, but it can get better, definitely. Okay, right. Let's talk about the scent profile of this particular fragrance. So what do you get? First of all, I think this particular perfume is created by Fanny Mal. I think that's the perfumer who's worked on this particular fragrance. She has worked on a lot of other brands as well, such as Frederic Mal, Calvin Klein, and a lot of fragrances as well. So she knows her fragrances, and she's worked with the likes of Dominic Rapion and so forth. So a pretty well-known figure, and she's done quite a few fragrances for Al Jazeera. She's done for 4711 and also for a few for Lattafa as well. So she has worked on this particular fragrance, right? Now, right at the top, what do you get on this particular perfume, right? So what do you smell, right? Because you get a nice amount of light sweetness right at the top. You get that, and then that's followed by a good amount of iris, a little bit of that powdery, creamy kind of a texture with a lot of vanilla types. Okay, less on the iris part, but the buttery smoothness is what I'm talking about, and you get a good amount of iris on this particular fragrance. Okay, so that is something that you get. You get a good amount of vanilla too. Okay, I mean, when I say iris, the resemblance is very close to it, but vanilla is a little more creamier, a little more buttery, a little more smoother. That's what you kind of absolutely get right from the top. Now, right at the top, you also have lavender and you have black pepper, but then the spicy element is not very pronounced. You do feel a little bit of a sweetness, and I don't really get any hints of spice at all. Now, in the heart notes, where there is a lot of magic happening, there is the note of iris, plus there is a note of coconut water. Okay, very unique element. Coconut water, and then you have salt, the note of salt. Okay, so salt, yes, salt you can kind of smell because you feel that a little cologne, the salty element part of it. You kind of can think about that, can smell that. But in the heart note is where you have a lot of vanilla, and that's where the foreground thing about this particular fragrance is. And when you think about the scent profile, you can think about it as a vanilla, sweet, a little bit, or lightly sweet. I wouldn't say a lot of sweet, a little bit of sweetness. But then the scent profile changes, and that's where it becomes very difficult to kind of tell you how exactly this smells. Because if you think about fragrances like Lattafa's Bade Aloud, which is the black one, and if you think about Kamra Kawa, okay, now after the opening notes, and when you come to the dry down, right in between the transition of the dry down, there is that note which is like a rubbery kind of a note, okay, which is like a little bit of like a burnt rubber kind of an element. It's not a boozy vibe. It's a very smoky, slightly very different type of a scent profile or a note. You don't really enjoy that smoke so much. That's what I kind of get, okay? And I've been having this fragrance for more than a week now, and I've been wearing it for at least 4 days straight. And every time I wear, I just don't get anything. I mean, literally, I don't get anything because I can smell up close like this, but then after about 30-40 minutes, I don't smell anything. In fact, after about 30 minutes, I think it just kind of goes flat, lasting, I would say, what, 2-3 hours at max, maybe. So that's what I kind of get. And that's what got me very disappointed with this. I am saying it out loud. I am disappointed with the most hyped fragrance of this particular year. This one was supposed to be something. The notes are something. It's supposed to smell something, but you get something totally different and not in a good way. Okay, unfortunately, not in a good way. And I'm surprised how this is going to work, because this is a fragrance should at least work in the evenings. Okay, should at least last in the evenings. You would want to expect at least 4 or 5 hours. Absolutely no. You would want to get a little bit of a soul into this particular fragrance. You don't get that either. So I really don't know what was the thinking behind this fragrance, and how this particular fragrance panned out, and what was the idea behind launching it, because I just feel this is the biggest dud that I've reviewed this year. Okay, there, I've said it. I don't know why, because I probably had a lot of expectations. Fair enough, you don't have to meet all the expectations. It can have a good scent profile, it could be loud, it could be projecting, nothing. So I feel from a scent profile, I don't really get a lot of note change. I get vanilla, start from the vanilla, end with vanilla, and nothing great about it. It's a little bit of iris here and there, but then I don't really enjoy that either. But then, I absolutely love powdery, talcum, vanilla kind of fragrances. I enjoy them, but this one has got nothing. So it doesn't project either. Okay, it's hardly got about a feet and a half of projection, doesn't last barely. I've tried to check if I go nose blind. I put it on my apparel and I've tried to see if I don't smell it or if it lasts. Probably it's there on the apparel for about 3 hour mark, but then if you can't smell it even little, right, even up close like this, it's very, very difficult to kind of carry this fragrance. You can wear it outside and go, and like I said, when I wore it outside, maybe about 30-40 minutes is what I get, but beyond that I don't get anything. So performance, no. Okay, no note changes, nothing great about the fragrance at all. So in my opinion, this is not something that you want to go get. And if people say that this resembles Zerja 40 knots and other fragrances, I don't think at all that it does, because it doesn't have a body. But if you think maybe this is the case with, I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking sometimes that, is this the case with my fragrance only? Okay, but then this is a decanted partial that we got 2 bottles of it, so we've decanted it. Quite a few of you have taken it as well. Do let me know how you feel about it. But in contrast, when we think about this particular fragrance, right, when we think about this one, this is a monster. Okay, now this is a monster. This has got beast mode projection. This projects like crazy. It works fabulously during winters. Everything about this is top notch. Now when you think about this I feel is the evil brother who has got nothing going on for this particular fragrance, and that's what I think about it, right? So on the whole, I really was expecting, to be very honest, I was expecting a fresh kind of a fragrance, because there was coconut and because there was lavender, and I thought, okay, it's going to be fresh, it's going to be a little zesty, it's going to be powdery. But it's not. It's mostly a vanilla based fragrance from start to finish, and I don't really enjoy any aspects of it as such, right? So that's my review about Lattafa Asad. I was really looking forward for this particular fragrance from the last 4-5 months time, and given it enough time to test, try, and see how it works. But unfortunately it doesn't work for me. But do let me know, how do you think you like it? If it's something that you like. Fragrances are very subjective. Maybe it's good for somebody, maybe it's not. But for me, I would still say if the performance was good on this, at least I would consider this. But for me, it's not working. But do let me know what are your thoughts, definitely, and let me know how is the quality of video coming across. If you like the light and the focus and all of that, do let me know how do you like that. So if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe and share. You're watching The Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. Until another time, take care. Bye now.